podcast. I'm your host, James Chatmon Jr. And today we have Karanja, who I will let introduce himself and tell a little bit more about who he is and what he does.
What's up with it, man? My name, so just for everybody in the audience, my name is Karanja Matory, Jackson, Mississippi native. What else I need to say?
Just kind of like what you do day to day or whatnot, like current profession or something.
Yeah, so I'm currently employed as a policy and research analyst at Mississippi Votes, which is a civic engagement nonprofit in the state of Mississippi, doing civic engagement work.
Okay. I'd like to start off every podcast with a check-in, kind of just how everything is, 1 to 10, with everything going on in life, and I can share a little bit as well. So you can start first.
Um, I guess I'll say like a 10. Everything's good. Been just working, planning a lot of things out, traveling. Staying in shape at the age I'm at. Definitely got to do that.
Okay, I'd say for me, things about like an eight, in between like an 8 and 9, kind of like an 8.5 maybe or something like that. Things are going well. Can't complain about anything at all. I'm definitely keeping myself in shape as well too. Even though I am a good bit younger, but just doing the best that I can each and every day. So,
Yeah, my neck starting to ache now. I'm at that age, but that's what they say.
mm. This is something that I ask all my guests. At what moment did you know, or did someone tell you that you had the gift for your current profession?
I wouldn't say it was like a moment, but just growing up, I feel like I was blessed to have parents that kind of just positive affirmations and like in their own way. Just being around them and just having their influence. The work I'm doing now, I didn't think this is what I'd be doing, at this point in my
Mm.
life. But since being in it and just seeing the impact I can have, and just being a part of the space I'm in, like I feel like it was always kind of it was already written, from just past conversations, especially when I analyze past conversations I had with my mom, or just her throwing her 2 cents in different situations we were in, um, and just building that bridge for me to see, whatever I put my mind to, I can be great at what I want to do.
Did you were those conversations mainly with you said your parents or your mom more specifically, or did you kind of have some of those other conversations with other people that kind of led you to where you are?
Yeah, over time, I say, people always would say, I look like I want to be, involved as it relates to politics,
Mm.
just working in policy, just doing the type of work I'm doing. Feel like, I've had past positions, going back to high school and college, to where, I kind of, gained that experience over time, just being involved as it relates to being in the community, in my Jackson community, and then going into college, and still having that mindset of, if I'm a part of this campus, I'm also a part of this community, so I'm gonna be involved in some way.
I got you. Did you attend or graduate from a JPS school?
Yeah, so like I'm a
Okay.
JPS alumni through and through. Like my whole life, Clausell Elementary, got put in Power APAC 4th and 5th grade. People's Middle School, Provine High School, then went straight to Jackson State. So yeah, just JPS alumni through and through.
How does it feel to be a JPS and JSU product? You know, still is here, still represents and serves the community.
It's cool. Like I felt like I was, like, even before I graduated and got to the point to where I'm at. I always heard just stories of different people that just came through JPS, came through the same schools I came through, and were able to still be successful in life. Feel like I came from a good family, background to where I didn't that's just as important as it relates to learn your learning experiences than your schools. But no, I've always been proud to have come through JPS. Feel like the schools are historic in my opinion. Especially
Yeah.
my high school. I felt like just historic, family oriented. Still connect with some of the teachers and some of my classmates. And all of us have gone on to do different successful things in life and still able to connect. And that's just throughout all the JPS schools I went to. I'm still able to connect with those people I probably was in elementary with, middle school, just different points in my life to where it's a lot of us doing different things in life now.
That's what's up. That's definitely what's up. Um, I moved around a little bit during those younger years in the elementary and everything, so connecting with some of those folks is a little different for me. But I still am connected with a good bit of folks from high school or seeing the different things they've gone on to do in college and everything as well. So that's definitely what's up. Uh, what does it mean to be a part of the Omega Psi Phi fraternity?
Oh, okay, yeah, that means a lot, man. I crossed spring 17. I was a sophomore. Um, I knew what I was getting myself into, but I really didn't.
Mm,
Not until I got to that other side, and I saw what organization, what Black Greek athletic organizations like this can do. I saw the potential as I kept growing in it, and just the more I feel like the more work I do within it, the more I represent it, in the various positive ways you can. I just grown more fun of it, and really see it as an opportunity to help my community and just help so many people. Um, I've a lot of my leadership experience and just work. I feel like my work experience, kind of, I kind of owe it to handling the business of Omega, to where I'm at now, as it relates to just help playing a role in running an organization, on the smallest of levels and on the highest of levels. So it's been a great journey so far. Um, it's a lifelong
yeah,
commitment. So that I know what I signed up for. I like I said, I see the work that can be done, and just trying to build bridges. As it relates to being in my community from Jackson. Feel like I have a great opportunity being someone that's from Jackson, Mississippi, JPS alumni. Went to Jackson State. Came in through my chapter, the Upsilon Epsilon chapter, Mighty YE. That's at Jackson State's campus. And even after graduating, being able to still be involved, show my face and help and play my role, on the next level. I'm in different stations in life where I'm working. I'm not, undergrad, but still able to help out where I can on the graduate level, and still help and influence others that want to come in through the organization, and just be a helping hand as it relates to social action and community service.
mm. Did you already know that you wanted to pledge with them before you got to Jackson State, or was it kind of a thing where you got there and actually did your due diligence to find out about the organization?
Yeah, so I really I didn't really have any Greek influences like growing up,
Mm,
so I really didn't know about Greek life or really to distinguish like all the Greek organizations from each other.
yeah.
So by the time I got to college and I'm starting making friends and everybody kind of already has up in their mind what they want to do. Some
Mm,
who don't have um, that that background to know about all the organizations. It'll probably take them a minute. Feel like that's what it was with me, but I was able to have the right conversations with the right people who were to steer me in the the right direction. Something an organization I felt like was most compatible with me and where I could have the most impact. And I feel like I made the best decision for me. Um, was able to come in through the organization, have an impact on different levels, and still able to do that. All these years later. So no, it definitely took me a minute, just to definitely. Now I recommend anybody, to always do your research,
mm,
and see what these organizations are really about, and the people that are part of that organization on your campus or in your communities, see if they're really standing on those principles that all these organizations what all they talk about, service, brotherhood, sisterhood. Just be careful in making your decision and making sure this is something that you want to do and you can add to the organization. Not the other way around. Like these organizations are about individuals who want to be leaders and who know what they can bring to the organization.
gotcha. As has been mentioned a little bit earlier, attended Jackson State, the Love. Why did you decide to attend Jackson State?
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, like it was crazy because growing up in Jackson, like I knew Jackson State growing up. I don't remember necessarily knowing like this is a HBCU, like this
Mm,
historically. I just knew like I'm from Jackson. I stay 5 minutes away from the school. I'm up here every other Friday because my dad's bringing me up there for a haircut, and I see,
mm,
the culture. I see what's going on the campus as a kid. So just over time, like you kind of grow up on the campus. Um, you got family that goes there. Like all these different camps and events that they have on campus. I was able to be a part of different like little summer camps and everything growing up. So just growing up, I'm already familiar with the campus. So I was in enough of organizations and camps at Jackson State to where I'm if I get a scholarship from Jackson State. This is the first scholarship. Um, I mean, I have all the credentials to get in this school. I know it's a great
mm.
school. Like I grew up knowing it. It was a great school. Great alumni. So I was like, why not? Like I'm right here. Um, I know I'm about to get a scholarship. I know I'm gonna have fun. So why not? But yeah, it was just. I feel like it was just the best opportunity for me. Looking back on it, because I've been at since going to Jackson State, I've been able to travel
Mm,
to a lot of other HBCUs and just a lot of other colleges. I I I will say I feel like I should have looked at some more schools.
mm.
But
I was just about to ask. Yeah.
yeah. Well, so what were you gonna ask?
I was gonna say, was Jackson State kind of like your main school, or did you have other interests?
Yeah, it was like my main school. But looking back on it, like I said, like all the traveling I've did, the experiences I've had at other schools, especially like all these other HBCUs, like I definitely would have looked at some other options, but I feel like Jackson State still would have been the best option. But I
Mm,
definitely would have did some visits to some Alabama A&Ms, Tuskegee's, um, Grambling Southern, Texas Southern, just a whole bunch of schools that experience is probably right up there with Jackson State. But
yeah, it's actually on my goal list. As I'm trying to get into things now to actually visit a lot more at the HBCUs and attend these football games and things of that nature because I never did it um, during high school and kind of doing my search for college too. And I hadn't did it in college either, but something I definitely want to get into now.
yeah, most definitely. Like I've been able to probably experience like every HBCU,
Mm,
really every I say every Mississippi university at this point. Like they're like a football game tailgate experience. Valley. I love their football experience, their weekend experience, all corn. I love going to the Soul Bowl when Jackson State plays them. It's just different events that everybody has that's just so unique to them that I just at this point I just love traveling and seeing those experiences.
Yeah. All right, you got your bachelor's degree in political science and government from Jackson State, and you went on to University of Alabama to get your master's degree in public administration. What led you to choose this kind of degree path?
Yeah, so Jackson State. I graduated in 2019. Got my like I said my political science degree. At Jackson State, I was also a McNair scholar. Uh,
Hmm.
so basically, um, I basically was able to, depending on what grad school I was able to, basically have a full ride, depending on on what schools I applied to. So we did like different graduate school tours.
Hmm.
And for me, when I was thinking out, like what should I do for grad school? I've been like I said, I've been in Jackson all my life, JPS, JSU, um, historically black K through 12 and undergrad. So for me, I just wanted a different experience, and Jackson State, you get that SWAC HBCU experience. That's different, but I wanted to have a SEC experience.
Oh yeah.
So like that was my mindset. Like I want to, if I have the opportunity to go to a school like the University of Alabama, and I'm gonna take that opportunity. It's the experience alone. That's way different from what I'm used to. So I definitely wanted to experience that. Um, wanted to see what opportunities I could take advantage of in that type of space, and I was able to take just have a lot of opportunities where I took advantage of them and was able to see so much more. Being in Tuscaloosa, I'm in a college town, and we got Nick Saban as a head coach. Like who doesn't want to be part of that environment? And it's also a good learning environment. I was able to get my math
Yeah. Yeah.
from there, but I'll take that with Nick Saban and national championships any day. So
Alabama was actually my favorite school. Probably still is in a sense. Growing up a little bit or whatnot, mainly because of the football. But they were my number one option. Actually, it's just it didn't work out when it came to finalizing my stuff. Basically,
yeah,
um, like they were really slow to, I guess, get my like I was accepted, and then like for me to be processed in or something, it was like really slow that process. And so
you
by the time they
went to
came
state.
back, yeah, I went to Mississippi State. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I hate that.
By the time they came back with me, had already registered for orientation at Mississippi State. So yeah, but I still love Alabama, University of Alabama. I actually haven't been to Tuscaloosa yet, but I'm planning on doing that this fall. Actually,
Man, it's
so
it's a fun city. One thing I love about Tuscaloosa is like it got the University of Alabama right there. But one thing being there for 2 years and kind of just exploring the city, um, I discovered Stillman College, which is a HBCU
yeah, yeah,
down there. Was able to connect with a lot of people down there as well, and enjoy my time with the people that went to Stillman College, and since just being in Tuscaloosa, I still make it, um, I still make it a reason, for me to come down there for Stillman's homecoming, because they do their homecoming in February. So like I said, I made a lot of friends there. So I still try to go back when I can, especially during Stillman's homecoming, because a lot of the alumni come back. A lot of people that I connected with down there are down there, so I still go back to Tuscaloosa every now and then.
Yeah, that's interesting. Because I know Mississippi, or at least majority of Mississippi, usually whenever there's a bigger state or PWI university, it's not a HBCU near it, but in some cases, like Tuscaloosa, where Stillman is near University of Alabama. But that was a interesting experience in itself.
Yeah, so like even like learning that history of like Tuscaloosa, and and you look back at the '60s with University of Alabama, and being in the city, you kind of learn more with
Mm,
how significant Stillman College was, during that time as well.
all right. So you're a policy research analyst at Mississippi Votes. How did you initially get connected with them?
Yeah, so before I even applied, where I even thought about working in nonprofit work and doing the work I'm doing now. When I was at Jackson State, and I was like the chapter president at the time. This is when like Mississippi Votes was just getting started, and I knew a young lady who was one of their fellows. She had a fellowship with them and was doing work with them. So I just remember um, we wanted to partner up on a voter registration event. We did that. Um, so that was probably one of my first like earliest memories with Mississippi Votes, and 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 just when they and the one of the offices that they had moved into, like I said, this is way before like I even thought about working there when I was just in college, and they just needed male power to help move some stuff in their office. They called the bros to come do it. So I think me and a couple of my friends did it. Helped them with their furniture and stuff, and moved it around. So that was that. Fast forward when I'm getting done with grad school, and I'm looking for jobs, and I'm unable to secure a job after after Alabama. So I'm applying for all types of jobs, higher ed jobs, nonprofit jobs, just different types of jobs. But I wasn't able to get anything. At the time, a lot of Jackson State alumni were working at Mississippi Vote, so
Mm,
I had talked to them, put out there, and and at first I didn't the position I originally applied for, I didn't get it. So I was and at the same time I had got a job offer in Alabama, so I was
mm,
looking to take that, but the executive director called me back sometime after that and told me about a position that they were creating. So I hopped on that because like this is summer 21, like it's still fresh out, like we still in the pandemic, stuff still getting back to normal. So I would rather I was looking forward to staying home and saving up and not just trying to be in a rush to move with just so much uncertainty. So I was able to get a job then as the volunteer coordinator. So I kind of grew into that role. Um, Felt like at first, like I'm not gonna say I didn't know what I was doing, but this is like my first role coming out of like grad school, like salary position. So I'm still like learning the ropes, and it's a position that I'm able to be innovative in, and create,
mm,
implement different things. So with that, over time, I feel like I was getting comfortable in the role, and was really being productive within the role. Um, but I think this was like last year, so after about 2 years is doing no volunteer engagement, community engagement work with them. They wanted to transition to me over to doing policy because of my background, political science degree, public admin degree. So I was I didn't want to be stagnant in one role. I feel like they gave me this opportunity to switch the policy, I should give it a try. So I was able to do that. So I've been in that role ever since. So um, so that's my story of how I've gotten to this point now.
You think it's kind of key for organizations and even companies to kind of like work with you. Like you said, you kind of felt like you didn't know what you were doing, but at least they took the time to help you get to that point of learning kind of like the tricks of the trade and knowing how to go about your day to day process.
Yeah, like it definitely takes time. Spent I feel like I was given the opportunity, and over time I was able to take advantage of that opportunity and grow even more. Um, so no, definitely forever grateful for that. Definitely have to give people a chance. Especially like I said, we was coming out of a pandemic. Everything that was normal wasn't like everything was just off. What I expected, what was gonna happen after grad school, was didn't happen at all. Mainly because a pandemic kind of switched everything up. So so now you gotta look at everything from a different perspective because the whole world just kind of decided to just change up on you.
Yeah.
So we kind of it's crazy because I remember growing up, um, and I see the what as it relates to money, job, and different stuff, and I expect that as I make it to that point in life, but I get to college and you start to see the trends of everything is changing. What you expected is not what you're gonna is not what's gonna happen the years to come. So just got to be adaptable at that point, and 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 be ready and just adapt to the world as we know it. Like if um, 10 years ago, if somebody would have said everybody would be working from home, I don't think a lot of people would believe it.
Nah.
Um, yeah, that's crazy to me. Like I said, my expectation for when I growing up was a 9 to 5. You
Mm.
go to the office, and that's how your day goes. But everything switched up. A lot of the work schedule is different for a lot of people. Just everything in general is just different. So
Yeah, it's funny because going into 2020 and learning about some of the stuff that was about to happen or whatnot, I definitely did not think there would be a point in my undergraduate career where I would be doing classes in my apartment or anything like that and barely being able to go on campus and everything. So,
yeah, so like that was just so it was just like a different learning experience.
mm.
I really hated for like the kids that were in like high school and below
Oh, yeah, yeah.
college
Yeah.
because I know if I was in a position in the time frame that I was in life and everything kind of just switched to virtually, I don't know how I would have reacted to all that because it just would have been like you gotta do everything virtually now. Like everything
Hmm.
changed up.
Yeah. One of my sisters, she graduated high school that year, 2020. And so she walked into college virtual and everything. And so
Yeah, so
she's actually just getting back now to the point where she can go to campus for the first time. She'll be in USM in the fall, and so she's just now getting the on-campus experience and everything.
I am thankful I wasn't a part of that age range.
Yeah.
Who had to go through that, especially like those first 2 years of college for a lot of people because that's probably like the worst experience. I hate it for them, but people I run into who I know who were affected by that during those specific years of their lives. Like I just like how unfortunate.
Yeah, definitely, definitely was. But I was glad that I got my kind of 1 year and a half before everything to get a normal college experience. Uh, what do you think is one Mississippi stigma that you've been proving wrong?
One stigma that I can prove wrong.
That you've been proven wrong, or something that maybe even recently, because I know it's a lot of negative things that a lot of people like to think about Mississippi, and there's certain stereo stereotypes that always comes up about people in Mississippi and how we do and how we even if we stay home and how successful we are and everything. Um,
I feel like the most creative, intellectual people come from the state of Mississippi. Um, I feel like a lot of people who never step foot in the state. I don't know what they watch on TV, what propaganda they're watching, but I've met a lot of people who, once I say who I am and say I'm from Mississippi, I've just heard the most negative things that,
yeah,
like, just unprovoked negative things for like no reason. Like that was just like what did you gain from that? Um, but like I said, I feel like we have some of the most intelligent people in the state. Um, yeah, that'll probably be like the main one.
I got you. I know for me, like I said, it's been similar situations. Like I go anywhere, especially the first conference I ever went to when I was in college. It was an engineering, the National Nesby Conference. I told some people I was from Mississippi, and I got those looks or whatnot, and some of those questions. It was just like, no, like we have competent, intelligent people down here too, and we have some of the best engineering schools as well. And so that was one of the ones for me that was like big a couple of years ago that I wanted to like make sure to prove like, hey, engineers come out of Mississippi, and there's a lot of engineers that are doing great things. STEM professionals in general that are doing great things here from Mississippi. All right, we're hitting the home stretch here. This last segment, just a couple of fun, cool questions, kind of make you think a little bit outside the box on these. Um, First one, what are some of your favorite things about Jackson?
I say the people, um, just the culture, and I feel like the last one is just the potential of how great the city can be if the right investments were made into it.
Hmm. All right, if you could travel back to a certain decade or year, what would it be and why?
I say the year I was born, 1996.
Hmm.
It's just something about the 90s, like you just had to be there. I hate I was too young to really know what was going on, but the 90s, like it's just like the nostalgia for me, like the night, like when you just look at how everything in the world is now, like it's hard
Hmm.
to imagine, like even though I was there, like how do we do, how were certain things even done during this time frame when you look at now how we just need certain stuff in this time, but back then like it was just a different time. I feel like.
The '90s is my pick always. So I definitely have those same sentiments. If you could give your younger self some advice, what would it be?
I probably just don't deviate from from the plan. Like every good thing happens for a reason. Every bad thing happens for a reason. Um, no, no, no. A L you might take is actually a lesson for you. So, um, just just persevere through whatever thing with whatever issues you have, because it's gonna get better at some point. You're gonna figure it out at some point, and definitely definitely like analyze situations you've been in. I feel like as I've gotten older, I've been able to look at past situations and kind of analyze them better.
Mm, yeah,
Um, it's hard to do that in the moment or when you're not just aware enough to, when certain situations happen, to kind of, figure out, what you could have done better, or just, what you gained from that situation. So just kind of being more aware of past situations and how you can grow from them.
That's a good one. It's definitely a good one. All right, this next one, gonna say it a little slowly, try to articulate a bit because it trips some people up. Um, if you owned a library, what kind of library would it be? A music library, a regular book library, or a movie slash TV show library?
How would a movie TV library work?
So, well, you're actually the second person to ask me kind of like the structure of it. But it can kind of be whatever you make it. Me thinking about the question, it was kind of just like kind of like a blockbuster setup in a sense. But you can craft it however you want. But just have that access to all the movies or some of your favorite TV shows and different things of that.
And what was the other two? You said music and what else?
Just a regular book library.
Probably just a regular book library.
That's my pick. It's always my first pick. Yeah. This last one. One is one gift that you have that many people don't know about.
Wait, say that. What was it? One what?
One gift that you have that many people don't know about.
One gift I can act.
Hmm. You
I was an actor at one point, like growing up. So
hmm.
I guess yeah, I say I can act.
Have you done anything with the acting recently?
Nah, I haven't done anything for real since like middle school.
Okay, okay. Well, no, that's a good one. But yeah, that was the last one. But all right, Karanja, I want to thank you for giving me some of your time today.
No
Being able
problem.
to share some of your story and some of your experiences, I definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, man. Good to hear from you.
Likewise, this is more defined. I'll see y'all next time.
All right.